Paul Ekman, Unmasking the Face, A Guide to Recognizing Emotions from Facial Expressions. Unmasking the Face, A Guide to Recognizing Emotions from Facial Expressions by Paul Ekman guides us through the art of reading facial expressions, an essential tool in our personal, professional, and social lives. The book focuses on recognizing emotions through rapid signals and understanding facial expressions in areas such as eyebrows, eyes, and mouth. By delving into surprise, fear, disgust, anger, happiness, and sadness, you will learn how to decipher subtle and momentary expressions that reveal the true emotions people experience.
Decoding facial expressions. Good communication is key in personal and professional relationships. To get a better understanding of people's emotions, reading facial expressions is an important skill. The ability to recognize micro and macro expressions enables individuals to comprehend what their conversational partner is feeling. Rapid signals like fleeting changes in the eyebrows, eyes, and mouth can convey significant information that requires careful attention. However, interpreting facial expressions could be challenging because people could have different facial features. In addition, facial expressions need to be interpreted in context to avoid any misunderstandings. Decoding facial expressions could be extremely beneficial in various fields, for instance, a doctor assessing their patient's emotional state. In conclusion, understanding facial expressions is integral in comprehending emotions, which further strengthens communication skills and relationships. Decoding surprised facial expressions. Our facial expressions can reveal different levels of surprise that are signaled by raised eyebrows, widened eyes, and a dropping jaw. The briefness of surprise calls for the quick catching of the clues before our expressions change. Understanding these clues will help us read and manage our emotions. This book's summary highlights how mild and startling surprises can be expressed in the face, and how they can deeply affect and influence our subsequent facial expressions. Fear and surprise, how facial expressions differ. Fear and surprise may seem similar emotions, but they are quite different, particularly when it comes to the human face. The experience of surprise can sometimes be enjoyable, while fear is always unpleasant and triggers physiological responses such as sweating, paleness, and rapid breathing. While surprise is usually experienced after an event, fear can also arise before something occurs. Fear has a longer duration than that of surprise, and it can last until evaluation of the situation. Fear and surprise are both displayed in similar facial areas, such as the eyebrows, eyes, and mouth, but their expressions are markedly different. Fearful expressions feature raised eyebrows closer together, eyes with tense lower lids instead of gaping mouths, and tense lips. Fear can follow surprise but always dominates in expression. The universal language of disgust. Disgust is a natural feeling of aversion triggered by different senses like smells, sights, taste, touch, or sound. It is a universal emotion that manifests itself through specific facial expressions centered around the mouth and nose. Disgust is not to be confused with contempt, which is a feeling of aversion towards individuals, marked by superiority. While both emotions make us avoid unpleasant things, anger makes us confront them directly. Recognizing anger through facial expressions. The article explains how to recognize facial expressions of anger. The author explains the different facial signals that accompany anger, such as lowered and drawn eyebrows, tense eyelids, and tense or square lips. They also note how anger can be expressed in different intensities and can blend with other emotions such as disgust. Many people find it difficult to decipher when someone is angry, but recognizing anger is crucial to avoiding harm. The article explains that anger is generally shown by lowered, furrowed eyebrows and tense eyelids. Lips may be drawn together in a firm line or parted in a square shape. Mild to moderate anger tends to be expressed in only two of these areas, while intense anger activates all three. Additionally, blending with other emotions such as disgust and fear can change the expression. Recognizing the facial expressions of anger can help us understand the situation and decide what to do next. Whether we need to apologize, avoid confrontation, or call for help, interpreting someone's anger is an essential first step. The smile of happiness. The smile is the universal facial expression of happiness, but it is not the only indicator. Happiness is largely shown through changes in the lower face and lower eyelids. Crow's feet, which are wrinkles at the outer corners of the eyes, make our smiles appear genuinely happy. More pronounced laugh lines indicate that a person is experiencing a more intense happiness, such as joy or elation. Nevertheless, smiling faces can reveal powerful happiness, and they are often used as a mask to disguise other emotions, in a process called qualifying. Happy facial expressions can also be combined with those of sadness, which produces different facial signals. The language of sadness. Our facial expressions reveal sadness in distinct ways, with the inner corners of our eyebrows and upper eyelids raising, and deeper sadness affecting our lower eyelids. The blending of different emotions also affects these areas, producing varying levels of expressiveness. By understanding the composition of facial expressions, we can distinguish genuine expressions from false ones. Unveiling hidden emotions. Did you know that we can control our facial expressions to mask our emotions? However, certain clues can reveal the truth behind our forced expressions. Inconsistencies between the three key facial areas and timing can be telling indicators. Timing also determines if someone is genuinely amused or forcing a laugh. Forced facial expressions can be used as the punchline, and mock expressions can help us show emotions we are feeling without taking responsibility for them. Decoding facial expressions. Our facial expressions reveal more than what we intend to communicate. The 8 styles of facial expression system assists in identifying 8 types of expressors. Withholders have inexpressive faces, while revealers have overexpressive ones. Unwitting expressors fail to mask their feelings adequately, and blanked expressors believe they express emotions while keeping a blank face. Substitute expressors and frozen effect expressors misread the signals they send across. Ever-ready expressors and flooded effect expressors show consistent and mixed emotions at all times, respectively. Knowing our facial expression style aids in understanding how we communicate emotions. Decoding your facial expressions. Learn how to identify your facial expression type and use it to improve your relationships through this article. Have you ever wondered how accurately you express your emotions through your facial expressions? If yes, then these 2 easy methods can help you figure out your facial expression types. First, ask a partner to take 14 photos of your face showing different emotions like anger, disgust, happiness, fear, sadness, surprise, and 2 neutral ones. Ask 10 strangers to guess the emotions you're expressing in the photos to determine your expressor type accurately. If most of them label your fearful face as a surprised one, you might be a substitute expressor type. Second, you can study your facial expressions alone in a mirror. Find images of different facial expressions online and compare them to your own version. If you can copy the image expression comfortably, you might be a revealer style. However, if your facial muscles feel unnatural, you could be a substitute style. By understanding your expressor type, you can understand how others perceive you and improve your relationships. For example, if you're a revealer expressor type, it might be challenging for you to lie convincingly. You can be more cautious in situations that require you to withhold the truth. If you're a blanked expressor type, you might struggle with falling relationships. People need to see emotions in their loved ones. Spend some time learning how you unconsciously express your emotions so you can communicate better with your loved ones. While research is ongoing on changing your expression type completely, understanding your facial expression type can contribute significantly to improving your relationships and life.
In conclusion, Unmasking the Face equips you with the skills and knowledge to decipher the emotions portrayed through facial expressions. By being attentive to the intricacies of the eyebrows, eyes, and mouth, you will better understand others' emotional states, leading to improved personal and professional relationships. Additionally, the book introduces the concept of 8 styles of facial expression, empowering you to identify your own facial expression style and resulting implications. With this newfound knowledge, you will be able to navigate social situations more efficiently, create healthier relationships, and enhance your communication with those around you.